Yet another blaze occurred in an abandoned building where families lost their loved ones in Jeppestown in Johannesburg. This fire incident comes in less than a year since the Usinduso building caught alight and claimed 77 lives, leaving more than 150 people displaced. Illegal connections are suspected to be the cause of the blaze. City of Johannesburg Emergency Management Services spokesperson Robert Mulauzi says the building was never habitable.
The building is an abandoned building. There's a lot of partitions and sheet metals which the residents have been using to divide the building. The building is actually this area where we are. It's actually an industrial site. If you look around, you'll see most of the buildings which are here, that industrial buildings. So they actually divided it with those partitions, using those sheet metals to divide the whole building so that they can be able to reside. So it was not the building is not a residential area, but it's an abandoned building.
This resident claimed to have been living in this building for over 20 years. She says she has lived here because she has nowhere to go.
The cost of living is too high.
We are not supposed to be living here, but the cost of living is too high. The government does not take us poor people into consideration. Our electricity is indeed illegal. The power cables are above our heads when we are sleeping. The electricity here is not safe at all. We are just living here so that we can be able to go to work and send money home to the children.
The City of Johannesburg Mayor Dada Murero says they are investigating the ownership of the building.
We now know that it's owned by a particular company, so we are continuing to finalize the investigation so that we can get the owners also to take responsibility of their own property and what has happened into their property, whilst of course the city has an obligation to deal with the current situation and the situation therefore after.
Those who are affected will be moved to a temporary shelter.
An exercise that the team will continue to do, register those affected with an intention to move them to a temporary place where all of them will go. We have also got support from outside NGOs, Gift of the Givers and others who have also committed to help us with other essentials, including providing food to those that have been affected.
Less than a year apart, another abandoned building in the inner city has caught fire and left several people dead. The City of Johannesburg Mayor has assured residents that they are working to put an end into illegally occupied buildings. He says these buildings should be used as enterprise buildings for the youth. Puselezo Mokoena, SABC News, Johannesburg.